Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from the A group. We want to explain about how a wound heals itself. The large organ in your body isn't your liver or brain, it's your skin, with a surface area of about 20 square feet in adults. So different areas of the skin have different characteristics. Much of this surface perform similar function, such as a sweating, feeling it, and growing hair, But after a deep cut or wound, the newly hit skin will look different from the surrounding area and might not fully regain all its abilities for a while or at all. To understand why this happens, we need to look of the structure of the human skin. The top layer, called the epidermis, consists mostly of hardened cells called keratinocytes, and provides protection. Since its outer layer is constantly being shed and renewed, it's pretty easy to repair. But sometimes wound penetrates into the dermis, which contains blood vessels and the various glands and nerve endings that the skin's many functions. When that happens, it triggers the overlapping of the regenerative process. The first stage, hemostasis, is the skin respond to immediate damage that you're now losing blood, and that the physical barrier of the epidermis has been compromised. The next part is neurodigma.
As the blood vessel tighten to minimize the bleeding in a process known as vasoconstriction, or blood are averted by forming a blood clot. In a special protein known as fibrin forms cross-link on the top of the skin, preventing blood from flowing out and bacteria or pathogens from getting in. After about 3 hours of this, the skin to turn red, signaling the next stage, inflamming. The body sends special to fight any pathogens have gotten through. Among the most important of these are white blood, known as macrophage, which devour bacteria and damage tissue in addition to producing growth factors to spur healing, and because the tiny soldier need to travel through the blood to get to one side, the previously constricted blood vessels now expand in a process called vasodilation. About 2 to 3 days after the wound, the proliferative stage occurs when fibroblast cells begin to enter the wound in the process of collagen deposition. The produce of fibrous protein called collagen in the wound site.
4. As epidermal cells divided to reform the outer layer skin. The dermis contracts to close the wound. Finally, in the fourth stage of remodeling, the wound matters as the newly deposited collagen is arranged and converted into specific types. And through this process um, through this process, which can take over a year, the tensile strength of the new skin is improved, and blood vessels and other continuous and other connections are strengthened. With time, with time, the new tissue the new tissue can reach from 50 the 80% of some of its original healthy function, depending on the severity of the initial wound and the function itself. But because the skin does not fully recover, scarring continues to be a major scarring and clinical tissue for doctors around the world. And even two researchers have made significant in understanding the healing process. Many fundamental mysterious remain resolved. Thank you.